Good evening, everybody. For the ones who don't know me, I'm the proprietor of Dippy TV. Name this way is Gary. Okay, now to put things into perspective here. I wasn't, for the ones who do know Dippy TV on this one, on YouTube, I am also the net controller of the Bunya Mountains and District Amateur Radio Club. Also the president of the club. This is just a bit of a rundown on things. As most of you probably noticed there, who are normally watching my activities, there was no net on last night. I do have a problem around here with a black dog, and no, it's not Cyrus, for the ones who understand what I'm talking about. There has been quite a bit of pressure put on me the past few months, getting everything back up to scratch. For the ones who don't know, I did have a major fire through my property about 10 months ago. It wiped out a good 50% of my property. It wiped out all my link radios, which were going up to our local repeater. So far, I've been pushing myself a bit too much in the last few months. One is getting a new shed built to replace the one that got burnt down. Replaced a lot of radios which got also destroyed. I live off grid, so the power supply which was running the link radios also got burnt out. There was something like about $4,000 in damages. Maybe a bit more. I haven't really worked it out. I've was planning this weekend to go up and visit my daughter and my son up in Maryborough. The beginning of this week, it drastically altered. As some who have been reading my Facebook page would realise that my vehicle is now off the road, and I am working on that. The black dog is very present around this way. I try and get through as much as I can. I am the only person who does live here, and for the ones who ain't aware, I do have Asperger's syndrome, or in the modern language it's ASD. Asperger's syndrome, autism spectrum disorder. That is the new categorization of it. In the old terms, it's Asperger's syndrome. I do love living by myself. Every now and then I wish I did have a partner. But unfortunately my partner passed away 13 years ago. No, 11 years ago. My mistake. She passed away here on our property out here. For the ones who do not know, I'm 35 miles, 60 kilometres away from a closest town, and my closest neighbour is about a kilometre away. So everything I do here is all done just by myself. I don't get a chance to have a rest. When there was two of us here, even though my wife couldn't do some jobs, she was always here to give me a hand, give me a bit of encouragement, and all the other bits and pieces which went on with it. She was my carer. Then it ended up me being her carer until the day she died. To me, I sound a bit cruel because death is a part of life. You're born, you live a bit, you die. No frills, no fanfares, no nothing. Myself, I don't give two hoots of which way, whatever. But anyway, with that lot there, as I said, I've been having a friend called the Black Dog. People know it as depression. I go battle through it. I'm still building stuff around here. I don't see my neighbours, or very rarely do I see my neighbours. I do not call into them. I am not a person who will go and call into people. I'm a person who will not ask for help. You offer to help, I would accept it, but I do not ask for it. Not that due to pride or anything like that, but the amount of times I get people to give me a hand, people call me harsh because, one, I am building my own stuff. I expect people who are giving me a hand, if they don't know what they're doing, I inform them of what to do. And if they can't follow an instruction of what to do, then they are doing me not a favour, but a distraction. I've recently had people on radio. As people are aware, I am an amateur radio operator. I am an advanced class amateur radio operator. I can't go any higher on the ladder. I am at the top of the ranking. I don't ask for any assistance of all what I do. I do a lot of, I spend a lot of money helping with other people. Internet is not cheap, especially when from here it's a satellite connection. So that's my phone. I'll get back to that one shortly. Sorry about the interruption, but I can't help that. I can never tell when a phone call's coming in or when a message is coming in. So you got the whole lot of it there. I don't edit this stuff out. You see what you get. Okay, and I know that my head is not designed for video. It's designed for radio. So too bad you got this ugly looking mouse looking at you. Too bad. Do you see me worried? No. Anyway, as I said, over the past few months, at least the last 10 of them, I've been pretty busy here. When my wife passed away, I spent 8 years built this property up to where I wanted it. Then I had 2 years. I had apologies for that again. I had 2 years of a break because I just worked myself silly. As I said, I do not ask for help. If someone offers and they're capable of doing the jobs I would ask them to do, fine, I will not refuse. But I do not like going backwards. A couple of neighbours here have asked me to, you know, they'll give me a hand, but then they put a time limit on it. They'll start at 4 o'clock in the morning, which is fair enough. I'm fair enough for that. But they want to stop by lunchtime. No, I don't stop. My days here are from daylight to dusk. I am 100% off-grid, so everything has got to be done during the daytime. No one has seen any part of my property, or very little of it. I'm very careful of what I do show and what I don't show. What you do not see is a house which has got to be actually pulled back down again. Because when I did ask for a hand, I was given restrictions of times of when they could work, when they couldn't work. Okay, stand by a second. I got another black dog wanting to come in. Just take a standby for a second. Come on. You've got to move. Thank you. Okay. Go on. Up you go. You are more noisy than what I am, you know. For the ones who can't see, hang on, I'll see if I can bring this down. Over here. No, look that way. Up you come. Oh, well, there he is. As I said, you're seeing the unedited version of this. Yes. Look, okay, go, move, do something. Thank you. Sit. Thank you. Now, where was I? Oh, yes. Before I got rudely interrupted by a black dog. You right there. As I said, what you don't see on my property is that there is a house which has got to be actually pulled down. Why do I have to pull it down? Because one of the jobs I wanted to do to it was to get the roof and all that up to lock-up stage. Now, if I had a person with me who was willing to work each day for 10 days, I could have had the house finished years ago. I still could have the house finished before the end of this year, but I will not have that done. I do not expect to, all my finances, which I did have set aside for the house, has gone to other jobs. As I said, I've spent a fair bit of money in the last few months replacing bits and pieces what got burnt out. Now, that was a complete solar system I had to replace. Luckily, not the one on the house, not the one on the shed, my main power source. That there is 14 years old, still working. Batteries are a bit low down though. They're giving me a bit of a problem. But as I said, you know, I've been having some fun with a black dog, and as I said, no, it's not the one sitting at my feet. I get over it. I move forward. I do bits and pieces. At the moment there, I don't have a vehicle. I'm in the process of repairing that. That should be finished, well, in the next couple of days I'll have that finished. I'm in no rush. Never in a rush to do these kind of things. So tomorrow, before I say anything, I'll check. I asked one of the neighbours, if he could run me into town tomorrow, and I sent him a text. I just said, if you could take me into town, the route will be, and the route is Fullermont Transport. I've got to go pick up a couple of antennas which have been pre-ordered ages back. They finally come in. The Ampol servo, I need something like about 80 litres of petrol and 40 litres of diesel. Go to the Woolworths. That's our local shop. Mind you, my local shop, as I said, it's 35 miles away, 60 kilometres, and I've got bloody mosquito here. Gotcha, you little blighter. So I'll go and do some shopping. On the way to the supermarket, I'll call into the Purple Cow. I'll put a $200 meat order in. So while I'm doing my shopping, my local butcher is doing my order for me in the meat. I'll go and I ran out of tobacco last Tuesday. So if I run out of stuff here, I don't give two hoots. You know, I ran out of tobacco Tuesday. So I'll call into the tobacconist tomorrow and grab me another lot. Then I'll return home. No, I'll skip that one. I'll then do a loop back into town again. Call back into the Purple Pig, which is the butcher's. I'll collect my meat pack and then head off home. Now, the meat pack and what I do in town for shopping tomorrow will last me 6 weeks. So I don't plan to go anywhere. 6 weeks' time, I'll go back into town. By that time, I'll have the my ute back on the road, and I'll be no problems there. As I said, things don't bother me too much. I really don't give two razoos of what people think. Most people think I'm a dickhead. Each to their own on that. But as I said, you know, I am a advanced class in my hobby, and I can't go any higher than that. And you know, I build everything I need, repair everything I need. People tell me that you know, I can't do this and I can't do that. Well, over the years, let's see. Well, I've got my HR license, and so I could drive trucks. 90% of my time, as I said, people don't understand me. Now, when they look at what I've done in my life, you know, I've spent 50 years of my life volunteering to places. You know, for most years, you know, back in the 60s, you know, from 68 to 77, I was in the scouting movement. I was also in St John's Ambulance Brigade. Back them days, when I was with St John's Ambulance Brigade, I was summoned up to Government House in Melbourne, where I had an audience with Princess Anne. Princess Anne was the patron of St John's Ambulance. I think she still is. Anyway, I got accommodation from her and some cufflinks and a few other little bits and pieces. That was the first thing. Then when I was working for the State Electricity Commission in Victoria, at the same time I was a boiler cleaner, and being a boiler cleaner with the State Electricity Commission, or the powerhouse, you had to be a fireman. So I was part of the Voluntary Fire Brigade. Well, in 1983, we had a thing called Ash Wednesday. It was only a small little fire. Yeah, something like that. Just a small one. it went from South Australia in Adelaide, came across the Victoria and South Australian border, made its way all the way through to the eastern side of Victoria, and for 3 weeks solid I was working in our local open cut with a hose, putting out fires in the open cut. And of course the open cut is a coal mine. After that I moved up to Queensland here. I joined the State Emergency Services. With them I was flown down to Sydney to help out with storm damages and hailstones. That was in 98. 99 I was down there again. No, still in 98, my mistake. I was flown down to Newcastle. We had what they class as the Newcastle disease. For the ones who know that, what we were doing there was getting chooks, chickens, hens, whatever you want to class them as, and euthanizing them. After that, I was sent down to Victoria for the Black Saturday fires. I spent a couple of weeks there. Following them, I was sent up to Bundaberg to eradicate sugarcane smut, and I was 6 months on that job. This is all voluntary. I was flown down to I was flown back down to Newcastle again. A container ship come aground. The Casablanca, I think the name of the ship was. We were down there for a couple of weeks. During that time, Newcastle and Port Macquarie got wiped off the map just about with another storm as well. That was the same one which caused the Casablanca to come aground as well. So I was down there on a couple of jobs. I was given a certificate of appreciation and a medal or medallion from the council or the Shire at the time, the mayor, for my help down that way. Later on well, actually I jumped over a couple. In 2006, I was flown up to Innisfail, or actually Cairns, which is the top end, part of the top end of Queensland. Cyclone Larry went through there. I had 11 blokes underneath me. Go on, move. Go on. I had 11 blokes underneath me in my team. And we cleaned up as much as we could. We were the first plane to Cairns Airport. As soon as they could get a plane landed, I was there. It's like these things. I was on 12 hours notice. I would get a phone call, be on such a plane, you are going to such a place, you will require, besides me normal clobber which I used to take with me, I would also be required to take something like about 30, 40 kilos of stuff with me. That's including chainsaws, my heights bag for vertical rescue, depending on what I was doing, what job I was doing, what I needed, I would take out of the stores. During this time also I was controller of Wuku. Wuku was an SES unit just west of Maryborough. We done majority of our work was in Maryborough, even though I had 150 square kilometres of area to watch out for. We lost quite a few good men, or people I should say, not men, because there was women as well. My wife was one who was also involved with the SES. And the unit I was in control of went down to 3 people, not a active unit. So with a bit of a help with with my training officer, we kind of like roped in quite a lot of the amateur radio operators who were in Maryborough at the time. Some of them come from the Maryborough SES, transferred over to our unit, and we built up a good unit. Very strong, very healthy unit. As I said, I jumped over a couple. After the Cyclone Larry was actually the smut ratification. That was also at the end of the last day of work. My wife rang me up in 2006 and informed me that she had breast cancer, and as I said, it was my last day of work up there. So I came home. I spent the next 3 weeks, my wife went into hospital, had a hysterectomy. She had one breast taken off. We every 3 weeks we were going down to Brisbane for chemo, radium, and we finally got it to where we could get it all done at our local hospital. Saved a trip down to Brisbane. My daughter was a big help at that time, my youngest one. She doesn't realise, or I think she just nowadays realises that, she was there. After that, we moved, jump a bit more ahead of time. 2010, we bought this property out here. I spent 3 months at a time out here. My wife will come out every second weekend and just to see what was happening, but she had to go back and she kept a hand on the kids at that time. But the end of 2010, we finally moved out here. It was a place to be. I built sheds and everything like that. Then we had a bit of a problem of we were on the wrong block. The bloke who showed us the block showed us the wrong one. 2011, November 2011, my wife was re-diagnosed that her cancer has come back. It came back in a vengeance. It totally went through the whole of her body, including her brain. In August 2012, she passed away here, as I said. I've been here ever since. Myself and my dog. I'm not asking for any handouts or any help or anything like that. Sometimes just talking to the setup I've got here is just a bit of a hand. You know, I grew up with music. For 3 decades, I was working at a recording studio in our hometown, and where I met quite a lot of bands, made a few records of them, and all that. That's why you see me here at the moment with the gear I've got here. I now go into I'm now into visual audio, and it keeps me occupied with all the stuff. But every now and then you need a sounding board, or you need a way to blow off steam. Now, as I said, I'm not asking for anything. I'm just having a bit of a quiet talk between me and whoever's blooming wants to watch this damn video. And as I said, I do have Asperger's. It is a mental thing. I am one of the luckier ones where I am capable of looking after myself. I do not like crowds. I definitely do not like crowds. That's why I like to live out here by myself. As I said, I wouldn't mind having a partner, but unfortunately, no one of the opposite sex will want to come out here. I am, as I said, 35 miles, 60 kilometres from the nearest town. I can never see anyone coming out here. Even my kids do not want to come out here. Because modern society doesn't allow kids to, for them to come out here. They don't have the internet like normal. They can't, they're clocked in by the daylight. Night time, what you generate during the day is got to last you during the night. So it's a complete different way of living out here compared to being in a town. Townies take things for granted. They can flick a switch on and they've got power. I can flick a switch on and I've got power. But if I get 3 or 4 cloudy days, well then my power turns into a generator. And, can any of you live this way in life? I doubt it. You're too soft, most of yous are. Got no idea on how to live. You don't. If it's not for that square box in the corner there, or the PlayStation or something like that, or, heaven forbid if the internet falls over, what would you do? Oh, hang on, it did, didn't it? The whole of Optus went out one time. Luckily, I'm not with Optus. No, I do have a mobile phone. It does work here. Only inside, not outside. I go outside, I've got nothing. If I go down to my back paddocks, I've got nothing. If I have an accident on my tractor or something down in the back paddocks, I don't expect anyone to find me for at least 2 weeks. A minimum of 2 weeks before someone will come around and have a look and say, oh, we found him down in the back paddock. I'll be well and truly be worm bait by then. But that's my way of living. I have got it with my daughter that I'm on Facebook. At one time there, I informed my daughter that I was going away and I won't have radio or phone contacts from where I'll be. I'll be travelling in and I won't have a signal. Now, I was away for a weekend. Oh, well, an extended weekend it was. By the time I got to the 3rd day, I got notification through one of the amateur guys that my daughter was looking for me because she didn't know where I was, even though I informed her. So nowadays, I put a piece out on Facebook. She knows that I'm still kicking. One day there, I won't be kicking. We're all getting on. Yeah, the grey on the old beard here does not say that I'm a young fella. But I could probably put most of you young fellas to blimmin' shame with the amount of work I could do. But anyway, as I said, I'm watching the clock go by. We've now gone to 3/4 of an hour of me speaking a lot of baloney. Now, as I said, this is just me, just having a bit of a uh, one of those kind of times where people do need an idea of you know I'm not the full quid, hi, but I'm not that silly neither. As I said, I do go down with the black dog quite often. This will be the first time if my daughter watches this completely through would understand. As I said, this weekend coming I was supposed to be up there. It's only a 4-hour drive from here. Stipulations of when we bought the property was it had to be within 10 hours drive of the kids. That was the only stipulation I had. So we're 4 hours away from them. My daughter come out here pre-second child. Yeah, pre-second child. That was the first time she come out here. She was here for 6 weeks or up. But she was helping out with the funeral arrangements and other bits and pieces and whatnots and all the other stuff. Nowadays, unfortunately, my daughter is now having problems of her own. Not due to anything which she done, it was just part of what happened in her last employment. So she's not allowed to drive anymore, so she can't get out of here. As I said, my place, I've now got to pull my house down to floor level, rip the old floors out, put all new flooring in, put all the walls back in. Put the roof on. And mind you, I started this house building in 2013. The house was supposed to be being built on the other property to start off with. After my wife, 6 months before my wife passed away, I realised that there was something strange. The first thing was when I asked for my street address, they gave me a street address which was 200 metres up the road from where I should be. That was the first inkling that something was wrong. After my wife passed away, because I had too much to do, looking after her, running up to Toowoomba, running up over to Brisbane, just going into hospitals. And after she passed away, I got a surveyor in just to confirm that what I was thinking was actually happening. I really turned into a laughing stock from the area around. They really did not give two, as I said, they put me down as a laughing stock of a blimmin' idiot or something. You're noisy, you know that. After my wife passed away, as I said, I got into it. The surveyor told us, I asked the surveyor and I says, right, was everything I said is correct? And he goes, yes. Within a week of him saying yes, I had the bulldozer in the next block, cleared all the area which I required, put a new driveway through, not what I wanted, but everything was done so much in a haste it wasn't funny. Within 48 hours I had the block cleared, and then it was time to pull the sheds down, transport all of everything over to the other property where I should have been in the first place. Take the house, move it over as well. First thing I had to do was get the shed up. The shed was my powerhouse. I needed that. It took me a week to get the water tanks from up there to down here. Why a week? Because I had 4 of them. It took a day to drain one tank into another. Once that tank was empty, I'll roll it into the new spot, connect it up, go back up to the old block, connect it up to the tank I was going to take next, transfer all the water out of it into that tank. Next day, roll that one down, connect it back up, go back up to the other one, connect it up, drain the water, and so on. So I've built this place up twice. Now I'm going to go and do it again for the 3rd time. I am well and truly in my 60s. I'm hoping to actually have this place finished the way I want it, and have the goats back on the property again. I'll be 70 by then, or close to it. Then I'll be probably dead. But that's another story, because I've already told my kids straight out, if I can't wipe my ass or can't look after myself, I will take my own life. I've got no problems of that. Who would worry about me? No one. As I said, I go down the back paddock. I go outside of my property here, out of my house place here. I go out of it. I do not have a phone. The only thing that I have with me is, if I'm lucky, I'll take a handheld with me. And the handheld was connected to my radio gear up here, which will get me into the amateur system up on the hill. If someone's on there listening at the time, they could probably get an ambulance to my place. Other than that, nope. It'll be at least 2 weeks before anyone realises that I'm not around. You can't look at Facebook and say, oh no, he's online, because it's always online. So that's not a good option to have, you know. The only way they know that I'm kicking is when I put a post up. Meanwhile, there's my phone again. As I said, it works fine in here, not outside. I've got an external antenna up around about 40 feet in the air. That's just to allow me to get a phone signal into my place. what you are looking at was all uploaded via satellite, because there's no signals out here. Not one. You want Optus? Go for a walk. You want Vodafone? Go for a walk. You want Telstra? Yeah, in here. Not out there. In here. Nothing works outside. How many people would live this way? How many of you would live this way? Where you get up at sunrise, at the moment there, what time is it? Looking at my clock, it's 19:53. It's 7 minutes to 8 in the evening. So I'll shut this one off. I've gone 56 minutes in my rambling. And so I'll catch you all later on. That's just a bit of background info on here. If you want to watch the whole lot, good luck to you. But, you know, I'm used to living the way I am. And I just don't give two hoots what anyone else thinks or what anyone else cares about. I really don't. Anyway, until the next time, I'll catch you in the not too distant future. Until then, bye.